welcome to Update Novi. We're here at Novi Middle School on a very special day. Actually, it's National Bullying Prevention Day, and with me here are two very special guests. To my far right is our Director of Public Safety and Chief of Police, David Molloy. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you, Sheryl.
And a new guest to Update Novi, our Novi School Superintendent, Dr. Steve Matthews. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Chief, do you want to start out by sharing a little bit why we're here today, why all the students are wearing pink, and why you're wearing pink first and foremost?
Sheryl, this is really the second year. For a long period of time, the City of Novi and Novi Police Department had a great relationship with the Novi Community School District. One of the new initiatives that our school resource officer in the Novi High School has brought about is an anti-bullying initiative. That's one of his personal goals for the year, and this is the second year now that we've highlighted this day because we know nationwide there's tens of thousands of kids that wake up and they don't want to go to school because they're bullied for whatever reason, whether it's their clothes, their socioeconomic status, their learning disability status. It's something that we've really taken hold of, and in partnership with Dr. Matthews and his team, it's been an absolutely great program, and you can see from the sea of pink behind us that it's overwhelming.
Thanks for that. Dr. Matthews, new to the Novi School District, we approached you. You didn't even bat an eye. You were like, yes, we are in. We are definitely going to partner on this. What are your thoughts to elaborate on what Chief said? Obviously, you are in the schools on a daily basis. Right. Is it a growing concern, or is it as large of a concern as Chief mentioned?
Well, it's a huge concern. Bullying usually occurs behind the scenes on a school bus. Now we're seeing it on Facebook and those kinds of things. And so we're trying to create an atmosphere where kids won't tolerate that, where they'll stand up and tell a bully that they shouldn't do that to another student, that we'll have groups of students who will support each other. And so it's a big concern that we try to create this culture that tells other students that they can't do that in our schools.
Very good. What are some signs that parents that could look for, Chief? How would you know if your child was being bullied? I mean, other than the fact you mentioned they don't want to get up for school, but
I think it really comes down to a self-esteem issue, particularly kids. We're in the middle school today here, where kids are 11, 12, 13 years of age. That's really where they're starting to really form their peer-to-peer relationships. And it's about what's their self-confidence level. Do they want to get up and go to school? Are they excited about going to school? Those are some of the things. And like Dr. Matthews said, the cyberbullying is a growing problem that we're partnering with the schools on, and the middle schools bringing in Dr. Marcia McAvoy on a regular basis to not only talk to the children, but talk to the parents. And I do believe it's a parental problem because the studies have shown a lot of kids are not doing nothing more than mimicking some of the behavior that they see at home.
I was going to ask that. Where do they see it? Where do they get this from? I mean, is it TV? Is it other students? But at home, parents can.
And historically, if you take a look at some of the real tragedies that we've had in schools, and I'm talking school violence, at the center of each and every one of those, there is some form of bullying that's gone on, whether it's peer-to-peer, whether it's a group that's not allowing a certain student in. So I think we have to really take a long, hard look at this, and I'm really proud of Dr. Matthews and his team. From the kids, from the middle schools, all the grade schools, the high school, they're stepping up.
So Dr. Matthews, from what Chief just shared, parents need to get involved.
They do.
I mean, let's say years ago, most people had landline phones at home.
Right.
When Johnny or Susie got a phone call, the mom or dad knew who was calling them. With cell phones, with the Facebooking, you might not know who your children are interacting with. So it really comes down to parental involvement?
It does. Parents have a big role to play. They need to put a computer in a place where they can see it, where students don't go off by themselves to get on the computer. They need to look at their student's phone and make sure they're not using it at night when they go in their bedrooms to go to sleep. They need to do things to stay involved with their children. They need to ask them questions about how school went. They need to ask them questions about who their friends are. They need to call other parents and to make sure that they'll be home when they go over there after school. Parents just need to get involved and know what's going on in the lives of their children.
Last year we visited the high school. This year we're at the middle school. Is it an issue also in the elementary schools, and do you have programs in place there, such as Chief talked about?
I was at Parkview this morning, and there was pink all over Parkview this morning. It starts early. Students see weakness in another student, and they may try to take advantage of that. So what we're trying to do is build a culture where that's not permitted, not allowed, not tolerated in our schools.
Cool. And you all wearing pink today. Just
Yes.
another sign of support.
Absolutely. You know, when we first started talking about this about 2.5 years ago, the idea of, wearing a pink uniform shirt, that's no problem. But when you put it on for the first time and you kind of glow like a beacon, you're like, wow, this is really pink. But you know what? If it gets the message out and shows the children that we got the courage to do this, we want you to have the courage, it's all worth it. And you know, to expand on what Dr. Matthews talked about, it's not just the internet, it's the phones, it's the texting. That's really, really one of the largest things that we're seeing nowadays, because the parents aren't there monitoring those things. So that's critically important as well.
Very good. Well, thank you both for joining me. Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to be on set with Novi Middle School Principal Stephanie Schreiner, and she's going to share some things that are going on right here in her home at Novi Middle School. Don't go away. Thanks.
デトロイトリンゴ会日本人補修校が今年タフトロードにあるノバイメドースクールに統合移転します。詳しくは市のホームページをご覧ください。
Welcome back to Update Novi. With us now at Novi Middle School is Principal Stephanie Schreiner. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for allowing us to come in and visit your Sea of Pink today.
Yeah.
You guys did an incredible job at helping to promote.
Thank you so much. The kids are really excited too. They really are against bullying. They don't like what it does to them or to their friends.
What are some of the things in our first segment? Chief mentioned partnering with you all, and I think it was McAvoy, someone.
Dr. Marshall McAvoy.
And what you all are doing. Can you elaborate on some of those programs and what you guys, because I think that's just really come to fruition over the last year or so, and
Yep,
the
well,
program's been enhanced.
We have, I think this is her 4th year of coming into the middle school and meeting with our 7th graders. And this year we added an 8th grade component, but meeting with the 7th graders 2 times. The first time to talk about what bullying is, identifying it, qualifying it, and then the second time meeting with them and talking about how to fight against it, words that you can use, ways that you can seek help in yourself, through a peer and from an adult. And then the 8th graders got a refresher that I think was really helpful.
Do you notice a difference in the students when they see and go through that program?
Absolutely. It gives them the power of words, that they can say, I'm not going, that's bullying behavior, and identifying it. The second thing is when they come to us, they have they can use words that are consistent. They can say, I need to tell, as opposed to ratting out, they report. And they say, I have something to report. And that is a strong message to them that they know we're going to listen and hear because of that identification factor.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Chief. You have a child here at the middle school. Does he come home and share any of these things that he's learned?
Absolutely. And you know, as part of some other ongoing training that the Novi Educational Foundation's put on, it's not only for the students, but it's also for the parents. So the district it does acknowledge it, and they accept it, and we're going to work together. If we can do anything to prevent it, that's what we're going to do.
What would you like to see going forward as far as the bullying prevention? What could we do from the city? I mean, we do this one day a year. Is there more that you could think of that we should do? Should we do a pink day twice a year? Are there different ways that we could partner and help get that message out with you all?
Because we start our bullying campaign at the very start of school, within the first 3 weeks, I'd like to see this day moved forward. So at the early time of the school year, we say in our schools, starting day 1, we're not having bullying. And then to have an opportunity to say to kids, we're committing to that pledge.
Okay, very nice, very nice. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, but I would not be opposed to moving it up if it helps you all in your lesson plan and helps drive that message home for students.
Even if we did one that first couple weeks of school and then today as a recommitment or a reminder, we could tell kids that first day, look, we're going to remind you to not bully in October. I mean, I think it would mean something to them as a preparation and then a commitment, like signing the banner and saying, nope, we've lived this now and we're not standing for it.
Oh, that's great. Very key messages. What are your thoughts about seeing all these kids here? I mean, I will tell you, the high school last year was an experience, but these kids, totally different energy level for me. And most all in pink today.
Yeah. That or wearing a sticker. And you know what, we've been fortunate to work with Ms. Schreiner for several years now in the Novi district. We're very happy and proud of her that she was elevated to the principal's job here at the middle school. We knew that ahead of time, so we were really excited that we were able to bring this here and appreciate that. And, you know, just things like this is just phenomenal. And this is what really makes a sense of community. When you have children, parents, educators, your public service groups working together, that's what makes Novi such a great community.
I was going to say, from the top down, your superintendent's wearing pink today, your administrators are. I mean, it's a great collaborative effort.
Even if you went in, we house the community ed classes here during this school day, and I went into the English as a second language classes, and those parents and those community members are all wearing stickers today too.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good. Well, thank you again for opening your
thanks,
doors
Stephanie.
and allowing us to come in.
Yeah, we're thrilled.
Stay back. Stay right there. And when we come back, we are going to have some students from Novi Middle School share their experiences and why they are wearing pink in support of National Bullying Prevention Day. Don't go away.
野和市警察の地域緊急対応チームに参加してください。参加者は基本的な災害対策訓練、消火活動、捜索・救助活動を学びます。地域緊急対応チームに興味のある方は、野和市のホームページをチェックするか、エンゲージマガジンの最新号、野和市警察 248-348-7100 までお電話をください。
Middle school students who are all wearing pink proudly. Can I have you, before we start, can I have you introduce yourselves and maybe tell what grade you're in here at Novi Middle School? Start with you.
My name is Ian, and I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm Matt, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Jason Troy, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Madison, and I'm in 8th grade.
And I'm Kelly, and I'm in 8th grade.
All 8th graders. Very good. Can you tell Chief Molloy and I, can one of you share why you chose to wear pink today?
We don't really believe in bullying here, and we don't like it.
So when Ms. Schreiner sent out an email and said, hey, wear pink if you don't like bullying, you guys were all in. You woke up this morning and you knew you were wearing pink.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did a great job. There are a lot of your classmates have really done some radical outfits today.
Matt, why did you decide to wear pink today?
I decided to wear pink today just because I feel that we can put a stop to bullying, and all kids in the 8th and 7th grade can be nice and kind to each other, which will reduce the bullying activity here in Novi Middle School.
You know, it really comes down to, your parents will eventually tell you, and I'm sure you've seen it through a lot of your lectures and stuff, it's what we call the golden rule. You treat others like you'd want to be treated, regardless of who it is, the clothes they're wearing, their economic status, or maybe if they have a learning disability. It's treating people like you'd want to be treated, because none of us want to be treated like that, and I think it's important for us to get that message out to young people.
Have you guys ever witnessed another student being bullied? What have you done about it?
I have gone to the main office and reported it, and they put the resolve to it, and they put a resolve to it right there, so that way that issue would no longer continue, that the person bullying would feel safe and secure here at Novi Middle School, and that there would be no longer bullying or that issue coming up anymore.
That's
Good
great,
job.
Matt.
Very
That's
good
awesome.
job. Perfect thing. How about you?
I just try to get them as far away from the problem as possible.
Very good.
And you know, especially with the new and emerging technologies out, because I would suspect each and every one of you probably have a cell phone somewhere, and text messaging, that's another big way in which we're seeing that. And really, that can start and stop with you all. Whether you realize it or not, across the country, there's tens of thousands of kids that wake up and they don't have the self-confidence like you all do to want to go to school. So it's important for you to not only help yourself, but help others.
Very good.
Ian, what have you seen in terms of bullying prevention and things like that?
We have a program here at the Novi Middle School, 7th and 8th graders, where specialists in behavior talk to us and help us find ways of not being bullied.
Yeah, that's great.
Very good. Well, you guys are great role models for your peers, that you can stand here, be wearing pink, but speak out loudly against bullying, because you know what, if all other schools all other workplaces where Chief and I work, if they used you all as an example, we would be much better off. So I commend each and every one of you for your efforts.
And we really want you, this is not going to stop here, because last year we were in the high school and we had just as many people wearing pink. So this is something we want you all to be young ambassadors and take this message back to your classrooms. If you have brothers or sisters or things like that, let them know that this is something that we're going to work on together as a community, and we're going to stop bullying out in Novi.
Okay, any final thoughts? No, thank you all for wearing the stickers and the pink today.
Thank you all very much.
Okay. And thank you, Novi viewing audience, for tuning in for this edition of Update Novi, where Chief and I have had the opportunity to share this very important initiative, National Bullying Prevention Day. We want everyone to know, and please share the message, bullying is not tolerated in Novi. Take care and keep watching Novi Television.